I can tell you about how quantum black hole interactions happen, how there is an expanding universe that the further you look, the deeper you look into time. And I can tell you about an exoplanet that was found, a couple days ago that is literally the same size of Earth, but it's much closer to a star than you could feel you could want to be. So it's kind of hot on one side, cold on the other side, but there's a
Oh,
ring around it where life just be right, the Goldilocks.
This is Edward Attah-Edeh, or you can call him Eddy. He's a doctor by trade and he came to share his knowledge and experience with us on this week's Money Monday. Eddy's from the Igbo tribe in southeastern part of Nigeria, and you will learn he's very cultured and has a genuine love for life and helping others. Space, science, medicine, these are all interests that Eddy shares with us and talks about. Stay tuned till the end and you'll hear where he shares his podcast and other ways where you can get in touch with him. I hope you guys enjoy.
but yeah, if you want to start them off, let them know who you are, why you're even a guest on our podcast, what brings you on, man.
Definitely. As I said, my name is extremely long, but my friends usually call me Eddie, as little Eddie over here, right? Yeah. And I am a doctor by trade, I guess. I was born in Nigeria, in Enugu State to be precise. Enugu State is right in the southwestern part of Nigeria. Sorry, southeastern. Messed up my directions and coordinates. Southeastern part of Nigeria. And in Nigeria, I'm from the Igbo tribe. The Igbo tribe is one of three major tribes in Nigeria. And that would be three major tribes mean Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. And I'm part of the Igbo tribe. And I'm 30 years old. I've been around the sun about 30 times now, so that's very awesome. Yes, I love all things space. I love all things technology. I love all things medicine. So I just love things that, like, I like to know how things work inside, like what is going on, how do things fit together, how does this connection meet this connection, what are the synapses in the nervous system, something like that. Yes, that's just a small brief of me. I did study in Ukraine for 6 years. Yes, so I'm fluent in English, Igbo, Hausa, Pidgin, Ukrainian, and Russian.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Got them all.
Yeah, I try my best. Got to catch them all, right?
All right. Hey, and one sec. Do you, I don't know, it's a little hard to hear you. Are you talking
Bring
into
that
your
right
headset?
closer. Hello? Can you hear me better?
Oh, yeah, that's way better. You got a mic.
Mm. Yes, I have this like tiny audio one.
Yeah, maybe up higher. I think it was too low.
Okay, yeah, I probably hold it like right here. That's fine. Yeah.
You can hold it, yeah. If you're cool with that, I don't know. Are you having trouble hearing them, Dev?
It wasn't loud and clear. It's loud and clear now. It's loud and
Okay.
clear now.
Yeah, maybe that was
How about right now?
yeah, we're good. Now we're really doing something.
Now we're literally doing something. All right, let's go ahead. I love this already.
You mentioned you're a doctor by trade. I mean, did you go? How long did it take for that? I mean, I know some people that were in school for years and years being a doctor. So how'd that go? Tell us about that.
Appreciate you. I got how will I say? I got started in the way of medicine when I was just a kid. When I saw there was a bunch of people having this strange illness, and one of those strange people was my little brother, and he was about 2 years old, actually 1 year old, and he had this strange illness that afflicted him. And I looked around. I asked obviously my parents, asked people around, and they said it's something called Nta. Nta is a very famous disease that is a murder of small children, and it is very prevalent in rural areas, like where I was born, in Abugo, Enugu State. And what happened was that, well, we took Vice, that's my junior brother, Chukwubuka, we call him Vice as for short. We took him to the hospital, and within a matter of like 2-3 weeks, he was well. We've been taking him from place to place to place to place. And if you are from the indigenous people, such as I am, those are like the shamans, those are like the native doctors. I'm talking like having him to try to treat him to remove this affliction. You understand? Then what ended up happening, I take him to the hospital. Oh, wow, this opened my eyes. Like, oh, modern medicine is awesome. I better go check in on it and see what I can learn. So that set me down on the path of medicine and of or learning about what things are and how to fix people without, coming up with this fantastical, how will I say, superstitious beliefs, right? So now, I got to high school. I studied in the science class, and then I went all the way up to university. But when it was time to go to university, I got my scholarship to University of Chicago and the University of Maryland to study microbiology. Microbiology, yes, and microbiology, it was 4 years of microbiology, which would be your pre-med, and then 4 years of actual medicine. And I weighed it against Ukraine, which was there for 6 years of medicine, straight up. And also, there was another big factor that joined in, which was the financial aspect. To go to university here in Chicago back then was $33,000 and $31,000 at the University of Maryland. That is to do the medicine course, right? And then in Ukraine, they were offering me $3,500.
They were paying you.
No, saying you come and study for only $3,500.
Oh, okay. Okay.
$33,000. So my dad was young man, I'll pay for 6 years of your school fees with just 1 year of these other guys.
Yeah, exactly.
So I
That's a
decided
deal.
to invest in there, yes, and I studied for 6 years and I graduated as a medical doctor in general medicine and internal medicine and a little bit of gynecology as a specialist.
Oh, wow. Okay. So and then are you working in that field as of now? Were you able to move up within it?
Well, I moved up in Ukraine. I was able to do a residency program over there, and by the time I moved over here, I immigrated to the United States. I found it difficult transiting, and actually, what happened was that I had to do a USMLE, which is a program that medical doctors do to get the approval. Because what they say is that, in layman's term, is, oh, you have a degree, but you have to pass our exams first. And if you don't want to pass our exams first, you might as well go start afresh. Go do all the certifications, go get all the things done and all the way here. So currently, I am not in as a doctor. Yeah, but I am working in a hospital. I am a neurodiagnoser for an electroencephalograph. Neurodiagnosis.
Wow.
That's my job. So
What exactly do you do?
you know what an EEG is? An electroencephalogram? Yes.
I'm familiar. Yeah.
Yes. That's, I plug electrodes to your brain and try to see what's going on inside.
Okay. Like, for instance, if for instance, is that where they ask you questions like that toughest where they ask you questions in certain part of your brain will light up based on the type of question they're asking?
Yes.
Hold on. So you set up that estimate, or are you just a person that sets it up?
I set it up and I actually point out important notations in the readings to the doctors.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
wow.
Yes.
that's
And also being a doctor myself, I know what a doctor will want to see. So that gives me like an added advantage.
yeah.
Huh. Gotcha. Yeah, that's what's up. So you already know how to pretty much read his mind. You already know what he's looking for and everything.
That's pretty much.
And that's why the doctors probably like you. They're like, yeah, I want to hire this guy.
I was able to accelerate up the program very quickly, and I was like, oh, I guess something's nice. I wasn't nice, I guess.
You have an edge on him.
Yeah.
So what's the different parts of your brain mean? Do you know like the different parts of your brain and everything?
Definitely. So there are different parts of the brain. Like, for example, we could say in relation to where you're facing. So there's the frontal part of the brain. So this part is called the frontal brain. Then on top of here is the parietal part. It comes from the Latin word parietes, I think. And that's this top part of the brain. The left and right side here, you guys know it at the temple. That is the, what do they call it, temple, I guess. It should be the temporal part of the brain. And then back here, where the vision center is located, is the occipital part. That word is very hard for me to pronounce, occipital. occipital part of the brain. Yes.
Okay. And do they mean different things? Do they do different things? Like I heard the left side controls like something and like the right side does. I've always been curious about that.
Yes, and it is actually very important to know like what part of the brain you're kind of dominant in, because your right hand is innervated by your left brain, and your left hand is innervated by your right brain. So it's like kind of crisscrossed at the spine. But
Yeah, that's what I thought I heard. I
yes,
didn't want to say it'd be wrong, to be honest.
it's not wrong. You're not wrong. You're like half correct. I get you. That's what's happening is that you are having and like there are different parts of your brain that control different things. Like there's a sensory part of your brain which is located around the mid region, and then your emotional part of your brain which is involved with your emotions and for thinking about things like, oh, how am I feeling today? How do I feel motivated or not? And then this part of your brain controls your motor sensors, like moving, punching somebody, slapping somebody, giving somebody a flower, things like that. And then you have the occipital part of the brain, which is at the back, which controls basically your vision, seeing things in front of you, to your side and to your left. And then there is the mid part of the brain stems, which controls your limbic system. The limbic system is basically the part of you that says, hey, I'm hungry, I'm happy, I'm sleepy.
Huh. And that's the middle. That's like the brain, like stem. You're saying?
Yes, the part that controls the triangle of life, which is the survival part of your life, which is, am I hot or cold? Am I eating or not? Am I thirsty or not?
Hmm.
Then
And that's like this, like right here, like almost.
it's descent. So imagine if your brain was this top of this microphone, right? It would be it would be descending down the middle, like this. How this pipe is down. Imagine this the base of your brain descending.
Okay.
Actually, I have a book that actually shows it properly. Give me 1 second.
Yes, sir. Come prepared.
Yeah, human body.
The human body.
So let me see if I can do this. Why I'll bring this up a bit, and then I'll search for the brain in the book of this.
We got props. Let's go.
I'm very proud. Yes. So, perfect. So, what you're looking at right now is the brain, as if somebody was. Imagine there were eyes right here staring at you. These are ears over here, and the head has been split down the middle. You understand? Like, just imagine somebody went with a knife or a very sharp laser and just went zip, and then
Yeah, and cut it in half and opened it up like a butterfly.
So the brain, the part that is the limbic system, is in this mid part right here.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's that core that you're talking about.
Yes.
I find that to be probably the most important part then. That's like you're saying, the triangle of life.
Yes.
Like, yeah, that's crazy.
Survival. So you have your survival part, then you have your wants, or your needs, and then your wants. Yeah. So survival will be food, water, shelter.
Wow.
Right. So if you don't have these three secured, you cannot go up to the next triangle of life.
Makes sense.
Is love a need? I feel like we talked about this in school a while back when I was like way back. But would you consider love a need? Is it a necessity?
Love is a necessity for survival.
That's what I think as well. Like if kids don't have love and care, they won't like. I don't
They
know.
don't survive properly. They end up
right.
in a stagnant place, aka jail.
Yeah, it's like
They
I
don't
guess
progress.
technically they'll be alive, but will they really?
Exactly.
These are deep questions.
Good questions. You have questions for me. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, like, so how did you get into all this? Like, I'm just curious. Was your anybody in your family in the medical field? Is you the first one to we got?
Brilliant question, because someone once asked me that was anybody in your family like inclined in medicine, but not really. My dad is a lawyer. My mom is a police officer. My dad also is in the military. He was in the Rwandan genocide when I was born. Was part of the UN peacekeeping down in Rwanda when there was a very great chaos going down in the country of Rwanda. But for me, nobody in my family had the inclination towards, let's say, medicine as a whole. But that just kind of came to me just from my curiosity of wanting to. I can say I settled for medicine because I really wanted to be an astronaut, aeronautic engineer, and to be an astronaut and to go to space. Like for real, that was like my first dream. Yeah, but then I saw the price of the school was like 7 million naira compared to maybe like thousand or $10,000. And like it was like some insane difference. My dad was like, "Yeah, let's think about you being a pilot, okay?" My mom was like, what pilots have been dying lately. There's been like a couple crashes here and there. Like, I know this moment. So they're like, yeah, no, why don't we just change? Why doctor will sound nice.
Yeah, how about you save lives instead of taking
I'm taking like, they're like, fine, I'll be a doctor. So I settled and I was able to learn and get the field, the knowledge in the field. And now I'm a medical doctor who has the ability to dissect somebody if you just put them up.
And they're two crazy fields, a doctor and astronaut. Were you always just like academically inclined? Were you smart in school? Like that, I mean, that you're striving for a lot. You're confident in yourself. I like that, but not everybody has that, grasp. So how did you take that leap, and why did you have the faith in yourself to be able to accomplish those things?
Let's see. I knew I had this drive to just want to know more things about the world. I won't say that I powered through it with some supernatural power or anything. It was just knowing that I could be able to do anything I want if I just think hard enough or learn more about it. I can become what I want to become if I strive hard enough for it. So like my dream one day is to be a space doctor someday, right? Or to be I'll just basically be an astronaut, go to space and discover things that nobody has discovered one day. And I have not been able to achieve that yet because but I'll be there one day. But the doctor part of it is also some kind of new frontier, like the same way space is, right? It is a part of you. Every year we're discovering some new thing in the human body. We're discovering some new type of cell, or we're discovering some new type of organ that we previously didn't know. It's not that we didn't know that they were there. We just didn't have the instrument to be able to probe and see those things. So we do have to thank technology for that.
Definitely.
Yes,
yeah, so you just like shoot for the stars, land on the moon, dream up something different.
I like that. I like that. My own is that I think someone told me, like, you shoot for the planets. If you miss, you hit the moon.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. At least you stay creative. And I find that the hardest thing is like, I don't know, over time, it's like you talk to people who just try to shut your visions down or just try to like close your mind up so much. It's like staying creative and just being able to think bigger and think like things that seem impossible but are possible over time as you get older become harder and harder. Is there something you do to like be able to stay creative and just stay like open-minded like that?
I draw. I like to draw. I don't know if I can show you a few of my drawings. They're on the wall, right?
Oh, you draw. Okay.
Yeah.
Grab your mic again. I can barely hear you.
Sorry, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, so let me show you. I think I'll use my camera to reflect it. It's on the wall. No, not this. Yeah, it's on the wall behind the. It's not showing, but can you see the?
Oh, you got like drawings. Okay.
Yes, they are stuck to the wall right now, so I can like peel them more.
And that keeps you like creative, keeps the creativity flowing.
I love to draw. Let me see if I can find something lying around here somewhere. Whenever I draw, I just draw it on piece of the wall. Give me a second. I got props.
Nah, I love this. Edits are gonna go wild. Chop up it all, you know?
Working on this tab here. I like to sketch, I like to draw a few of my right, here we go. So I just basically write number 1 to 10, and I draw something from that. And then with that, I use it to create some type of art. And I like pencil art, like shadows, uh,
Okay.
abstract art that have, the more you look, the more you see, kind of thing.
Okay.
And that if you zoom
Yeah,
in,
that
it
gets intricate. Look at that.
yeah,
You zoom in, and it's just like,
yeah, there's just
detailed.
more and more and more things to see. Yeah.
Huh. That's pretty cool. So what about drawing makes you feel like you get more, like, I don't know, helps with business? Like, I guess it's creative on paper, but like, how do you think how does that help with like life? Like, take that to real life.
Let me take that to real life.
Because yeah, people are like drawing creativity. I get that, but I've never been able to relate that to how is that going to help me in life? Like,
Have you heard of sketching your dreams?
yeah, just gets your mind going, gets the blood flowing, gets that part of the brain working.
Your creative part of your brain, your new approaches, your mistakes, it allows you to make mistakes. It allows you to make ideas. You draw out your plans. Like over here on the picture, I don't know if I can unplug this and move it around, but there's a picture over here that it's literally the plan that I had 10 years ago. And currently, it is being used as an architect plan for the hotel in Nigeria. So,
oh wow,
that was a prototype I did as in my youth or in my childhood, and now it's a literal physical thing.
So you develop real estate? Are you in real estate?
Yeah, I have my family has a hotel back in Nigeria. It's called Masni.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yes.
How'd they get that? Did they build it from the ground up?
From the ground up, yep, all the way up to it's running up and running right now. Has about 36 rooms. They're like presidential suites and everything, and there's a bar. It's really cool. It's near the palace.
Did they
pretty
buy
cool.
Did they buy the land and then build on it? How did this come about?
So the land was bought, but it was kind of it's the land that is in Enugu State. It's kind of owned by the government, and if you are good and you have pay your taxes, you can go buy land. And then we bought the land in a nice prime real estate, and we just transferred all the knowledge that was in here onto the ground.
That's super cool. I mean, there's a question about that just because my father actually tried to start a community server when I was like 12. He tried to start something in Nigeria, not Nigeria. He tried to start in Nigeria, so it's like super interesting. Do you see yourself trying to take some of your knowledge and like do more back now? Like, do you have any plans just in the future to do maybe build another hotel or do something more with your home area?
Yeah, definitely. My plan is to actually take as much medical knowledge as I can attain from here down to Nigeria. Yeah, or even technology, just basic technology. Just say, oh, there's water in this place. There's no water in this place. There's bus coming at this time. There's no bus coming at this time. Just basic technology like that. There are people that have never seen it before, and just the idea of bringing that with the aim to inspire, with the aim to help, with the aim to grow and foster new wants and needs. I say that Africa is a $1 billion investment just waiting a line there, just waiting for you. Your $1 literally translates into, right now, is about 700 naira. So imagine you had $1 and then you could just immediately turn into 700 of it.
Right.
Huh.
That's interesting.
Yeah, see, the opportunity cost is a lot more.
It's a lot more. I'm seeing like they're doing something like the established what do you call it? I don't know the name of this stuff, but you buy land in Scotland and you get like a foot.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
And I'm like, that's just a foot. You literally
become a lord next day.
like if something falls on it, that land is not yours again. Use that same money and literally pay in any place in Nigeria. I'm not even saying about mine. Find another Nigerian that you don't know. Go and say, I need to invest in this place. This is your money. Trust me, that money will yield for you in multitudes. It's
You
just
could
the
create that same business over there. You're saying that they were creating, like, buy a plot of land in Scotland, become a lord. You could create the same one in there in Nigeria and get so much more land.
I think I'll
Get a
do
lot
the
more
same
profit.
thing. Right now, I'm actually thinking about it. I'm like, I might even do the same thing. The land that we have, I'll just be like, create a land just like that. You own a piece of Africa. It is the most important part of the world. That's right now. It's where literally all the cobalt that is enabling this to happen comes from. Right?
Here's the business plan. Send me the link. I'll buy a plot. Let me know.
Yeah, all right. We'll talk. Let me DM me.
I like that.
It's
Crazy.
tell me,
Are you ever-
oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just wondering, like, what the conversion would be like. How much that cost over there, that plot of land? Do you know how much that costs, like, the conversion? Are you able to say that?
Well, all I can say is this: your dollar for dollar or pound for pound, so to speak, would be greatly, like, it will yield more than you could expect. You understand? Because
Yeah.
it's like a blank slate, pristine. And if you want to save which I'm kind of thinking of conserving the wild forest, and then we could do like eco tours or something like that. The land has not been touched or mined like how many of the Amazon have been blazed through and stuff, because we respect our land. We know that yes, we need wood for building and all this, and then we still plant, we still grow, we still have farmland that are, you know, they rotate our crops so that we don't generate excess and then turn the land into a dust bowl.
Yeah. Knock it all down like we are.
So you have to live with the wildlife.
Crazy. It's insane.
What are some of, I mean, if you don't mind, what are some of the big, like, differences that you've noticed, and culture-wise? Like, if you don't mind me asking, just culturally wise, what's the biggest difference you've noticed?
Yeah, several different cultural differences. I could start from my experience of going to Ukraine for the first time, right? That's, first of all, I was born in Enugu State, as I said. It's not that big of a place, so we don't really know many people. And my dad was a sojourner. He loved to travel, liked to know things, he liked to learn about stuff. He became a lawyer. As a lawyer, he was able to go to become in police and the CSP police. He was able to travel to London and learn, like, see the culture for the first time. So he traveled back and, told us that, hey, young men, if there's anything I can tell you is to broaden your horizon, because the cultures are different than us. There's something that we can learn over there that we can teach and become better person, And that inspired me, like, learning. I'm like, okay, oh, wow, that's so cool. I would like to see the land of the white people. I would like to see what it's like over there. They must like fly on clouds. They must have like food that is never ending. They probably don't hunt. Oh no, hunt. That's like they must have everything. My dad's like, yes, they have places where the food is already stored in the shops, and you just walk in there and you can get bread and you can get meat. I'm like,
Heaven. Yeah, I want to go.
After getting, I'm like, okay, I must learn enough. One day I was singing a song that I want to go to America for more education. I want to go to Russia for more education. I was just singing a song, like, my mom overheard me and she was like, oh, do you really want to go to abroad to listen to, like, to study? I'm like, yeah, I was just singing a song, but sure, if that is awesome. She's like, okay, if you pass your grade and do very well, that you can do it. And I just took that. I go like, all right, I'll just do better at school, I guess. So I was like, okay, I put in more effort. I learned some new things. I asked teachers more questions. I wrote down a lot more. And I passed with enough colors, or get flying colors to be able to get a scholarship. And that's the scholarship I got to University of Maryland and University of Chicago back then. I drew my SATs back then. And I couldn't get to America because there was this visa issue back then where I had an immigration visa that works, and I was trying to come to school under a different type of visa. Immigration was like, nah, don't complicate your immigration process. Why don't you just travel as a non-immigrant? And it was like very complicated. So I stayed home for an extra year. And that whole extra year was when I now discovered Ukraine, which was like, okay, this is like a byproduct. I can always visit America while my immigration process is still processing. Now, truth be told, my entire immigration process took about 11 years from, oh, here's your green card to becoming a citizen. And I'm not talking
That's a
of
long time.
10 years before that. Yes, it's been a long, long time. So now I'm a US citizen, which is awesome. And I've been very opportune and blessed, privileged to be a United States citizen. I know what it means to be a United States citizen now, to pay taxes and to do things the right way. You understand? Go to work and come back in 95. Getting to Ukraine, I was culture shook in the means like, oh, okay. First of all, the flight was awesome going down to Ukraine. It wasn't my first time flying, but I've never been on an international flight that far over to a very, very cold area.
Yeah,
Arriving at the
Ukraine, like a
airport,
whole nother place.
yes. Arriving at the airport, I'm like, okay, this is Ukraine is the land of everyone there is white. There are no black people here anywhere, and it's going to be a difference. And my dad said, I was scared. And at the airport, my dad said, son, remember this, the child of who you are, and you will be okay. And then just put protocol first as the basic backbone of what you do, and everything will fall in place. I remember that, and I use that as my watchword. Just try to remember what your goals are. Try to know what and work hard towards it. So I guess I got goals and work ethic from my father. Yeah, I guess, and then that's actually in the sales industry. I was able to put forward in it, and I myself and Kyle, we literally we worked in Verizon, and I can say with my work ethic, we were able to prove beyond all reasonable doubt that this African boy, this African boy can say, "Hey, how's it going? My name is Eddie, and I'm out here with Verizon 5."
And they didn't know what he was saying, but he closed them every time. It was awesome.
I got there with the name every time. I'm like, hi, my name is Dr. Chukwemeka Eddy Attah-Edeh, and I want to, and you're like,
To be like, you're a doctor? Why are you on my doorstep?
Exactly. I'm like, yeah, they definitely got something nice for you. I just love tech. America kind of made it a little tricky. But there was one thing that I did not like about my trip to Ukraine. That was the racism. They were like I'm talking down south 1860s kind of racism, where
Oh, wow.
yeah, like they will pelt you with eggs. They will literally try to lynch you in the middle of October. It's cold. You're coming back from school, and they will chase you down. Yes, this has been an experience of a lifetime. I have a scar to prove it over with. So I'm sure.
That's crazy.
They're behind the 8 ball, and
They were behind. Yeah, like, so are they still like that as of now? Have they ever come like?
They've become better. I would say.
How long ago? What was that? 10 years ago, maybe?
Yeah, at least 10 years ago. In 2009 was when I got to Ukraine.
That's ridiculous.
Yes. 2009. So more than 10 years.
Oh, we were past that, man. Like, I don't know. Like,
They got better thanks to the Nigerian Student Association over there. We created this event that would showcase just the African diaspora, just basically educate people. Because some people didn't know better. They look at an African person like, oh yeah, that person is probably a monkey that just, like, I literally heard this from somebody. Oh, he's just a monkey that shaved his hair, put on a clothes, and learned how to speak English.
But you've gone through more schooling than they have, and yeah, you care about more education than they. It's like,
it's amazing, my brother. It's so interesting.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
I would say that's the biggest cultural shock from what you're saying. It sounds like the education almost. It's like you care more about education. You value that more than I will ever because of how much access I've had to it. It's like, and it's sad to say.
So yeah, because here in America, you guys don't pay for elementary school, do you? Or even high school?
Elementary, middle, high school, you don't have to pay for it until college. And you get all that education. And really, you can learn college through YouTube. You have all this access to information at your fingertips. It's like, from the time you're born, you have a tablet nowadays. It's like, in these homes, it's crazy. So with all that information, it's like, we don't value it as much. It's like, it's just the crazy thing about human psychology. It's like you want something if you don't have it, and then you have it and you don't want it anymore. And then once you have it, like you go through these cycles. So I don't know, but that's why it's a good thing almost, because it's like, I don't know. Yes, it's like when people grow up with money, they don't really value money as much. It's the same thing. But you're blessed for that now, because now you're so educated. You understand about medicine, space, science, all these different things.
Yeah.
And tell us about your space background. What do you know about, like, what's up about this space? How'd you get into that, man? You're in space, science, everything.
Like, truth be told, I'm an amateur space nerd. I know everything there is to know about space without having a degree to be like an astrophysicist or something. You know, I can tell you about how quantum black hole interactions happen, how there is an expanding universe that the further you look, the deeper you look into time. And I can tell you about an exoplanet that was found, a couple days ago, that is literally the same size of Earth, but it's much closer to a star than you could feel you could want to be. So it's kind of hot on one side, cold on the other side, but there's a ring around it where life just be right, the Goldilocks zone, which happens to be this Earth that we are on right now. We are in the right place at the right time for water to exist in 3 phases: in liquid, gas, and ice, and solid, right? As ice. And we are lucky enough to tread upon these lands and be able to breathe in the atmosphere, feel cold, feel warm, able to develop enough sentience to create outfits that keep us warmer for longer. And, that is something that I cherish about the universe, and that it has given us consciousness to be able to examine it. And I kind of think that the universe is, in a way, using us to admire itself. Like how you look at yourself in the mirror and you can see a reflection of you, the universe is using us to reflect itself because it can see that far.
That's interesting. That's a deep thought.
The question I have for this, you see what Elon Musk is doing. I think it's super cool. I think before, the end of my lifetime, he's going to have it to where I can hop in a spaceship, maybe go to another planet and at least check it out, say hey. But how do you feel about what he's doing for it? Like, have you looked into Elon Musk and what he's doing for space travel and everything?
Okay. First of all, I'll have to admit that I am biased against Elon Musk. Okay.
Good or bad?
My role model. Okay.
Good or
So I have to, for full disclosure, I'm biased against him. But in my honest opinion, I think he's the exemplary way that we should all aspire to be. Because you wake up in your apartment, in your home, you step outside, temperature is controlled. You enter into your car, you drive from point A to point B. You don't experience, stub toe. Maybe the most pain you experience in your house is you stub your toe, or you trip and fall, or you cut your hand while you're slicing onions or something. You cry while you're slicing it. You don't experience the world as it truly is, where if you go into the wilderness, just finding water, clean water to drink will be the difference between life and death. And with our modern need for technology, we have literally ruined that aspect for those who only know that way of life. There are people out there who are literally suffering and dying, and because of new ways of technology, we've been able to help them, like literally seeing things from space and knowing that, oh, this river is going to overflow, or this water is going to rain over here and it's not going to rain over here. With those things like satellites and space, they've been able to learn more and do more, And Elon Musk is at the precipice of this beautiful escalation where he's in the right place to, have a space company, have things he wants to send into space, and also try to help the environment while he's at it. I've not seen any one person that has these 3 combinations together. He's able to tell you that, look, I'm going to think of something and I'm going to make it a reality. each and every one of his company that he has put on paper, even on a napkin, have right now today have at least $1 billion to their name, right? I want to probe into his mind. I want to ask him questions. I want to know what it is to go and think like he does, and to know that going to another planet might be the only way to preserve this consciousness that it is you and I. You know, yes, we have a long time to live. Yes, we have about 5 billion years before the sun goes up in an explosion. Oh, okay, if you are thinking much shorter than that, you have your lifetime to live. In your lifetime, there are many things that are going to go obsolete because of the kind of sources of energy we are choosing to use. If we could just say, listen to Elon Musk and be like, oh, there's a fusion reaction happening literally in the sky up there. And if we could just pour into it, it would just be awesome. But we choose to burn and then choke ourselves in this small dust ball that is our planet, And when we look out there, we see that there's really not many things that looks like us, or many things that the environment is the same way palatable like ours is. And we are ruining it every day. Yes, not by choice, but sometimes by our wants, by our needs. But sometimes, in the grand scheme of things, just the advancement of technology. But we can do better. And I think Elon Musk is in the right place and is doing the right thing for humanity by, one, saying, let's heal the environment, solar panels, electric cars, let's heal the mind, Neuralink. He's literally going to solve blindness. He's going to make us God, mini gods. Like, we will be like, okay, yeah, man, I don't feel like seeing for the next couple of weeks. Yeah, take out my vision. And you go back and you have it placed in, or someone that's never seen before, you show them color. I want you to watch on YouTube all these videos. I'm very sure you've seen when somebody sees light for the first time or sees color for the first time, how they break down inside. It's the same way when I flew out of my own small cocoa village and saw the world for a bigger place. I know how I felt. I know that meaning. And Elon Musk is literally riding on that wave of showing people more things. I am biased against him, I say once again, but his inventions, his
way of thinking is so big. He thinks so large, so into the future. And like you were saying, he thinks beyond our lifetime or even a generation's lifetimes. He thinks our world's lifetime and our human race's lifetime. So I don't know. I think regardless of if you like Elon Musk or not, his way of thinking is bigger than anybody has thought in a long time, and that's hard to duplicate in itself, for sure. Do you think, I guess, him going to Mars is a good move, or you think this new planet they just came out with would be a better move? Because they just saw this new planet that's supposed to be like Earth. Now this Mars mission's dead? Is that what that means?
No. Going to Mars literally will help us learn better about surviving here on Earth. Everything that has been going to space has helped us somehow on Earth. And I believe his idea of going to Mars is, first of all, like a boot camp to the rest of the universe. That's how I want us to picture his idea of going to Mars.
Like a boot camp.
Yes. I think Elon Musk, first of all, has like a cheat code on the universe. He's been talking about this simulation theory. It's like when like the cheat code in GTA, and like you type in something, and like, oh yeah, I can jump here, I have all the guns here. So he probably did the same thing on knowing
he's from the future, probably. Who knows?
Yeah, that's most likely, probably. But time travel to the past is kind of tricky. Like Stephen Hawking kind of debunked it by saying he made an experiment where he created a message, but he didn't send the message out until a day after the event was over. The message was like, I'm inviting all time travelers to come to a party. And if somehow I know my message will survive till at least when time travel will be created. So if time travel is real, you will come to that party because I will only send the invitation after the party has happened. And since nobody came to the party, he was able to deduce that time travel didn't happen. It's kind of almost impossible.
But he only sent it one day. What if people are farther out than one day?
Yeah, I think it's much easier to create a computer that can replay every humanity's desire, every humanity's wants in the future, then it is easier to return back in past, because entropy is one thing that I know for sure only progresses in one direction. It goes from an egg up here to when you drop it, it cracks. You're not going to magically have the egg come back to your hand in any way, shape, or form. When you mix milk in a coffee and you turn it around, you cannot unmix that milk in the coffee. You understand?
As far as you know, as far as we know.
As far as you know, the arrow of time progresses ever forward. You know, the universe was born, it's going to die a heat death someday, or it's going to blow up in some explosive heats. I don't know. There are three ways the universe could end, right? It could end in one, a big crunch, two, a big inflate, and three, the heat death, I believe. The big crunch is because as we look out further and further into space, we see that the universe is expanding. Edwin Hubble was the first person to actually know about this. He was looking through his telescope and he was looking at faraway galaxies and documenting on a piece of paper saying, okay, this galaxy is here at point A. He looked at it a different night. It was at point B, like maybe difference of a centimeter. And by the time the Earth had gone around the sun and come back to the same position, he found out that that galaxy had moved a certain distance away. And he was able to deduce that, look, if that galaxy is moving away, that means that there are more galaxies that have moved away from our sight of vision. And that kind of gave us the conclusion or the kind of confirmation that the Big Bang is plausible. That means at one point in time, every galaxy and every star were kind of crunched into this one single point. And at that one single point was infinitesimally small and able to generate energy. And then when it exploded, that's what created the Big Bang. So now we are finding out that, the universe could have had multiple Big Bangs. And this thing could be cyclic. It could be happening at this part of the universe, could not be happening at that part of the universe. But in general, we are kind of leading towards a more multiversal theory of time and space, that it's possible you could have this same conversation in another shape or form where Kyle is in my position and Devon is in Kyle's position, and it's just be completely different.
This multiple times.
It's multiple times. Like, this is time in that universe to have that conversation. Indeed,
we've invented computers before. We've invented drones and AI, and then, Big Bang.
Universe has to come all the way back to this point in time. And I want to relate that expandingness to the idea that I learned from sales, right? Where if you had one person join your team, that one person could join with three people, and those three people could get three more people on that day, and before you know it, you're a whole company. And in a matter of 3 generations, you have a company, right? If you just one person hires one person, that person hires that person, 3 generations, that's about 15 people. That's more than enough to start a company, right? There's this FTX that kind of had only 10 people in their company, right? You can imagine.
Exactly. That's the smart circle model, and that's exactly what I think every company should base their stuff on. And I don't know. It's funny that you bring that up, because that's what we preach here at Capital Ventures.
Oh, yeah?
It's not like a pyramid scheme, because a pyramid scheme is like different and every company's kind of built on that. But I feel like it's more of a web format where you can give everybody the opportunity just by letting everybody hire somebody, like giving everybody that opportunity. Once you feel like you have the skills and you have the knowledge and you can do it yourself, okay, go hire some people. Once you have enough people, okay, go open an office, start doing real estate in wherever you want. Okay, you want Kansas? Cool. Want Miami? Cool. Like, I don't know.
Oh, I like that. You should get me hooked up on that. That sounds interesting. And I like down the road. I go like, hey,
like that's
real estate here in Nigeria. Let's talk about that.
I mean, we're down, man.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to talk about
That's
that.
what I'm definitely interested in, man. The whole Nigerian, like, buying land out there, or like that seems super interesting to me, man. That's super.
We'll have to connect after this and put some in works,
Yes, please. Let me know about that. I should show you about my hotel. The hotel is kind of popping up right now. It's always full every other night, but You guys have, whenever you're in Nigeria, let me know. I will invite you to the palace. I'll show you. Maybe I can send you some photos of when what we talked about, and then you can include it in the post.
That's what I was gonna say. Send me links and stuff so I can put it in the Money Monday.
Yeah,
I can pop
let's
it
do
in.
that. Let's do that. Money Monday podcast. I like that. We're gonna do that. Money Monday. Yes.
I
Let's
get
do
it.
I like this.
I
I like
appreciate
it.
you hopping on, man. I appreciate,
Yes,
I don't know. It all kind of fell in place this morning. It all happened, it was good.
Indeed, I'm very good. That's how I like it. It's just fall in place like that. It's impromptu. It's natural. I love it. Organic. Yes.
Yeah, I had fun on that.
Once
That was a
again,
good time.
Can I put a shout out or a quick plug of my podcast?
Of course.
Of course, yeah. Drop your. Where can they find you, man? Where can they find Eddy?
You
Let
can
them know.
find me on almost all the social medias. You're gonna look for EDDY4 SHOT. That's Eddy4ShoT. You can see it with underscore podcast underscore studios. The name of the podcast is FlyEd on the Wall. So it's FLYED on the Wall podcast with Eddy4ShoT. So EDDY4 SHOT. Yes. We talk about different topics every day. I don't even know if this thing continues to record this entire time, but I enjoyed this stream so much that I didn't even care. I just want to know that this is so much better and so much interesting. We do host every Saturday, 10 to 12. Usually we talk about interesting topics that's happening around the world. Interesting topic that's interesting to you. Things that we didn't know about before. Like I can give you an example. We talked about the umwelt. Have you heard about that before?
I have.
Okay. So just random topics, whatever comes to mind, whatever's hot at the time.
Yes, the umwelt it's actually been known for a long time. Every organism has a area around it that it can influence. So you can see a certain amount of distance, you can smell a certain amount of distance. A mosquito's umwelt is about 5 miles, and it can sense you from 5 miles away if you start to breathe. A dog's umwelt is about 16, where it can smell for even longer. You can imagine that kind of a dog can track you all the way to where you left your scent from, and they can hold that for multiple days. A bear zone is even more. A bear zone is more like 160 miles. The polar bears take that to the extreme, and they can hunt a seal for days.
That's crazy. So if you like some interesting talks, if you like interesting facts, just
And then
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go watch that. That sounds
most of the
insane.
time we relate it back to this book, and then we find something that we talked about in the topic, and then we try to choose a random number, 3 random numbers. We pick a page, we pick a line, and we pick a word, and we talk about that word based on in comparison to today's topic. So do you want to? I know the time is already running out. Do you want to participate in it? It's about 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yeah, make it happen.
All right. So there are going to be a set of 6 questions, and 4 of them. These questions are designed to check your attention span, so pay attention. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So first question is this: if you have 600 coconuts on a plane and one of them falls down, how many coconuts do you have left?
599.
Okay. How about you, Devin?
600.
600? Okay. Well, the answer would be 599 if coconuts were allowed on planes.
Oh.
Okay, fair enough.
Coconuts are not planes. You can Google it. Coconuts are flammable, so they're usually not allowed on planes.
Man, I was trying to think, oh, deep, like, oh, it's still on the plane if it fell. So, you know what I mean? It's still there.
Yeah.
I just did 600 minus 1. It's
599. Yes. All right. Second question. How do you put an elephant into a fridge?
Elephant in a fridge. You get a big fridge.
Okay.
Man,
Yeah.
How do you put an elephant into a fridge?
You get a bigger fridge.
That's what
I like the way you're thinking, but the answer is simply you open the fridge, you put the elephant in, and you close the fridge.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get a big fridge and you put the elephant in the fridge. Yeah.
How do you put it? You only answered you get the fridge, get a bigger fridge. That doesn't answer the question. You're half right. Okay.
My bad. I was thinking about the first step. How do I get the fridge?
Okay. Well, NASA has a fridge that is literally the size of almost a football field. I mean, that's how they test all these experiment that they send into space. You drop it to the temperature of space, and you can test it at minus 273 degrees, I think. But yeah, third question: how do you get a giraffe into that fridge?
Into what?
How do you get a giraffe into that fridge?
Oh, into that fridge. Oh, you remove the elephant and put the giraffe in.
Yeah,
Well, are you people?
I was gonna say. I was gonna say.
That's correct. Good job. Clap for
I wonder you now.
yourself. Clap for yourself. Good job. Good job. Now you're thinking you're connected. All right. Fourth question. Fourth question says, the king of the jungle is calling a meeting. He wants every animal to be at that meeting. Which animal, no matter what it tries, will never come to that meeting?
Which animal when never what?
Which animal, no matter what it tries, can never come to that meeting?
Fish.
The lion.
You can have the meeting on an island, fishes will come. Fishes swim in lakes too.
Could it be a lion?
That final answer.
That answer.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know. Yeah, who wouldn't be able to come?
The answer is the giraffe you put in the fridge.
Oh wow.
I put the giraffe in the
You
fridge.
put the giraffe in the fridge and the elephant. They won't be able to come to the meeting. You put them there. Your mind is too strong.
You gotta man, oh my god.
The giraffe.
Okay. Are you ready for the fifth question?
Yeah, I'm gonna get this.
Okay. The fifth question says, a hunter wants to go hunting. And there's a known lake of crocodiles. How will he get across the lake on that day?
How we get to look across the lake?
It's a hunter.
It's filled with crocodile. What was the first question? Probably is about the first question. I forget the first question.
Oh wait, oh crap! What was the first question? Does it have to do with the other questions? Oh no.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I think it.
But I forget the first question. It's a problem.
Me too, man. I'm catching. Oh no!
You had one task. Pay attention to the question.
Remember the first effing question.
I can only remember back to when the elephant wasn't supposed to be the elephant in the fridge, and we took the
Yeah, that's all I remember. The elephant in the fridge.
elephant in the jungle at the meeting, and the giraffe's not there because he's in the fridge.
But the first question wasn't about any animals.
I know.
I'll give you a hint. I'm a lovely little coconut.
Oh, it was coconuts. They throw coconuts at them. The plate.
Coconut
They
at 'em?
jump on the plates.
That would be incorrect.
So
You know why?
You go on the plane. Use the plane.
No. Do you know why? Do you know why the answer to that is kind of much simpler? Because all the crocodiles will be at the meeting. They are animals too.
Oh. So it's the fourth question. I didn't think back to the first one.
There will be no crocodiles in the lake. Don't be objected. All right, final question. Yeah. The hunter decided to cross the lake, but he still sustained injury or even died. What killed him?
What killed him? Oh man. Probably a coconut that fell off the plane.
Yeah,
What you do? Good
That's where
job,
the
Kyle. Good
coconut comes in.
Congratulations. Nicely done. So yeah, last part of the thing is like you just now that you have primed your mind to think very well, give me three random numbers from 1 to 67.
3 random number.
Yeah, you pick the 3 numbers, man.
If you guys agree,
Okay.
of course, both of you can choose between yourself, whoever wants.
27, 159,
37159.
27, 159. Well, can you pick the last one, Dev?
Give me 65.
65. 37, 59, 65. All right. Over here, I see that line is, you can feel your larynx at the very top of your throat. It is made up of 9 cartilages. The biggest one of these is the thoracic cartilage, or your Adam's apple. Your vocal cords attached to your Adam's apple and to the smaller cartilages behind it. So this is like how we just do our show. Now we talk about it and we connect it down to what we talked about today. Like we talked about me, for example, I have an Adam apple, right? So it's over there. And when we talk about Adam apple and how it is one of the defining factors of when you go out on a date. It's one of the defining factors when you have a masculine build. It's one of the defining factors when somebody is talking to define whether the person is a male or a female. You can actually say, oh, look at the Adam apple and be like, is this more pronounced than the other person? Because in the female race, it's kind of less, just like that. Yes, thank you so much for having me on the show.
Fact for the day. You didn't know something more today. Now you do, right?
Yes, the more you know, the more you know.
Definitely tune in to the podcast, man. Eddie,
Yes.
absolutely appreciate
Thank
you.
you very much. I appreciate you, Chris.
We'll be in contact. We'll definitely be in
Thank you
contact.
so much. I would love to come back on the show. This was very much fun. I didn't even go through all the questions. I would love to even go through more. I love it, like, as you're firing it back and forth, I'll answer. We can always go back if we missed something. Just let me know.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. We'll definitely do it again. And we'll send you all the content too, so that way you have it as well.
Yeah,
thank you so much. I
the full
appreciate
thing.
that.
You can use whatever you want. The full thing, it's all yours.